Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome. Welcome to Night Voices. This is the ninth event for this year. It's so wonderful to have kind of a crowd. We're going to get straight underway because we're running a little bit late. So without further ado, I'm going to hand you over to our host of the night. In the primordial beginnings, chaos reigns supreme. Heaven sought order, but the phoenix can only fly when its wings are fully grown. As the heavens teetered and tottered on the edge of the abyss of total anarchy, they were suddenly pushed by surprise, by the hand of the Lord. "It's do or die time, you lot," Stompy cried. And we're underway. A very warm welcome to Miss Stompy.
Welcome to Night Voices. I've been out the loop for a very long time, so good to have you all back and good to have me back too. It is actually.
Once upon a time there's a cow herder up in the hills. He's herding his cows along. And he comes across this monk that's sitting cross-legged on the rock. And the cow herder looks at the monk and then he goes over and says to the monk, "What are you doing?" And the monk said, "I'm practicing patience." The cow herder just, it's very good. He walks off a little way further. Then he stops and he turns to the monk and he says, "By the way, go to hell." And the monk jumps up and says, "You go to hell." Thanks.
If you were to die tomorrow, what would you do today? Would you weep in the arms of your best friend and shed the pain of yesterday and tenderly reminisce about child play? Or would you give all your belongings away, all that stuff you'd been hoarding for a rainy day? Would you want every conversation you have to mean something, to mean anything but nothing? Who would you tell you were sorry and then realise that everything that has gone before doesn't really matter at all? If you knew you were to die tomorrow, think for a moment. What is your dream? What is your call? What does your heart long for? What have you got to feel regret or guilt about? If you knew you were to die tomorrow, today, would you still be riddled with self-doubt? Hurry, we must get clear, for death is near, and at any moment it will arrive, and we must let go. Our deception is that we know this is so. Would you go to your mother and father? "Thank you for bringing me into this world. I love you, there is no blame. I am me, and for that I came." Would you find your first love and speak your sorrow? "Our love was true, but all I knew how to do was to hurt you." Would you go to the man or woman you love and kneel before them and declare, "My truth now I wear. You have my heart, you're the love of my life. Yes, to live now I start." Would you then surrender, strip off your armour and throw your shield and sword down and fall crying to the ground? Would you then know what life is about? Would you scream and shout, "Why didn't I know this before? I haven't been really living at all"? Now it's too late. Death is knocking at my door. Then would you let go? Would you see life with fresh eyes? Like a child wanting to touch, explore and be free, to dance in a spiral of spontaneity? Would you run to the beach to see the horizon out of reach? Be in awe of the sunrise? Then would you see each day is a lovely surprise. Would you roll naked in the wet earth and truly know your worth? Become one with a tree, connect with an eagle and swim with a dolphin and become a child of God running free. Let go, brothers and sisters, and this you will see.
The stars and the sky. Will we be known as the generation of human beings who chewed up the earth, poisoned the sea, hid the moon and swallowed the sky, who stole the stars and ate up the clouds, who just went on, eating more and more and more, as if we could get away with it? Will we be known as the generation of human beings whose only creation was a toxic playground in a global ghost town? The generation who went on to destroy and consume without conscience until nothing was left for our grandchildren's children but a vacuum to live inside, a swirling wind after everything died, until all that is left for our children's last breaths is vertigo and a listless waiting for death.
With Elvis and Bill Haley as I jive my teenage years away, twisting my body to the beat, long ponytail flying out behind layers of petticoats flouncing. In the cafe with friends, the drop of a coin sent my conscience mirrored on its surface. Dying eucalypts half submerged, flounder in the river's flood, only their limbs above the water, not waving but drowning. Thank you.
This one's for Chrissy actually. It's called Like You, This Pebble. And the breathing ocean slipped in on the pebbled shore, so silent, so dark as the foot of the mountains where we used to walk hand in hand and counting stars until one of them might fall reflected in your eyes, and then the porpoises would of course leap up and about playing tag with the newborn moon as everything went silver and grey. Some faraway bell tolled the strange hours past midnight where things are and things aren't. We spoke then of Icarus and other old friends, but the pebble I picked up was actually two shells fused together in some stone fossil casually tossed aside like a punchline by Mother Nature, where we talked some more of the sorts of new and ancient, like how dinosaurs actually died out.
Yes, so I'm going to play a little song on my ukulele.
Went down to St. James Infirmary, boys. Saw my baby there. She was lying on a long white table, so young, so cold, so fair. Let her go, God bless her. Wherever she may be, she can search this whole wide world all over, never find a love man like me. She was down at that hard liquor mansion, drinking on the nickels and dimes. Hey, that hard living place.
wearing a blue suit. Swing cat, he's dressed sharp and real cute. Swing cat, hey girls, don't you know he's the one guy you go to for pleasure and style, 'cause he knows how to slip out a hip show. He knows how to boom bada go go, yeah. Boom bada go go. Swing cat, his best friend is Haystacks, and they go out and play pool and shoot craps. Swing cat, hey guys, don't you know he's the one guy you go to for pleasure.
I pull my bow back, then let fly my arrows up into the sky, up to where the clouds are bold, increases there 100-fold, then falling down like Cupid's darts, they melteth many maddened hearts.
I have not a blood veil, the truth is there in my eyes. I rise to every challenge as the sun in the morning, with each dawning anew. Transparent is my love, look through me as a window. No walls, no hiding. I am lightning, ready to strike at your core. I know the sacred law of lovers tasting morning dew. I am the knife and the blade of love, the glint of steel that makes you real and feel my burning. I am not turning away to sit in the sun's fire, for I am her, I am the sun. Do not shun the harsh elements. I have not a blood veil. The truth is there in my eyes.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is Matt Buckley, a guy who wants to see what it's like to perform stand-up comedy. Tried his hand at it about 5 years ago, but mine went blank halfway through.
So I'm kind of really shit myself.
No worries. No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Well, I was at a, well, this is a true story. I was at actually a joke shop once, and my friend and I come across a pair of life cuffs that you sometimes see for sale, and the label on it actually said not suited for children under the age of 3. Well, that's confusing. One of the worst things about bondage sex is you can't scratch your nuts the next morning. I'll probably talk about the situation I was in when I was in Year 11. I was stationed at the RSPC Animal Shelter to do a work experience. If you can imagine it, there's a dog shelter here and a cat shelter over here. Cat shelter's tasks were cleaning up cat poo, cleaning out the litter trays, finding out I'm allergic to cats, and feeding the cats.